Hello, Rand. My day's been pretty good. Watched the Steven Universe movie. It's a good movie. Good show. I know the creator of it is like SJW through and through, but it's still pretty nice. Hello, Justin. Hello, Kylie. Yeah, I could do some League. I don't know what it is, but I honestly don't care at the moment. So, it could be Clam and I still wouldn't care. I was working on a new outfit. I don't think I did all that great of a job of making an outfit that actually looks kind of cute, but just making sure the sticks are working. Because I was trying to make baked zucchini chips before I went to sleep, and good lord do those take forever to cook. And they still didn't even work out, so, you know, there's that. Yeah, it kind of sucks the American Truck Sim got hit, but I'll see if I can set up a quad lobby, because, well, I know all of you who have chatted tend to like to play, so... I did really expect the American Truck Sim stream to get hit. Like, I fully expected that. I honestly was, like, between me and my best friend, we had a bet. My bet for the number of claims was actually closer to 80. His was in the hundreds. So, I mean, I technically won the bet. So, yeah. Assuming Kylie wants to join in, we'll have our fourth. I'm gonna bedazzle some fools. Also, I have basically decided that, I'm going to... Yeah, I've been probably saying their name wrong this entire time. It's just what I've been saying, and they've not corrected me, so... But yeah, I basically decided I'm going to try and alternate between, like, TF2 and Splatoon for a bit. Just so I can basically refresh myself on Splatoon by not playing it all the time. And also get better at TF2. Which would be nice. It would be nice to get better at TF2 again. I think by the end of yesterday's stream I was doing pretty well, but... I don't know. Names are weird. I say that knowing my name is probably... would very commonly be mispronounced. If I were to go around the streams. Because I'm willing to bet most people would pronounce my name Stefan. Because PH makes an F sound normally. Except in my name, because reasons. Thing is, it's a name I've never seen spelt. And honestly, they're the first time I've ever seen that name. So... It's Steven. Imagine the PH is a V, and ta-da, that's my name. Yes, it is very weird. Yes, I've also had to correct a lot of teachers on that. Come on, peoples, we need a fourth. Anyone will do. We're gonna get wrecked anyway, so it won't matter. There we go. We got a fourth. Yeah, see, Steph came about as a nickname for me from an old friend. Oh, hey, it's Ooos. From an old friend that didn't understand how to say my name. They weren't native English. They couldn't comprehend the name Steven. So they called me Steph. Because that's what they could, you know, that was easy for them. And I just rolled with it. Darn it, that did not go high enough. I'm up, though. I should really be trying to, do something even minorly productive. Oh, jeez! Wow, I missed every shot. Try to get my special back a little bit. Ow. Ran out of ink. Ever get the feeling they're going easy on us? Ow. Thought I was around the post enough. Guess not. I stopped the bomb rush. Their beacons have sub power up. Ow. I don't think they particularly cared about that bomb rush, though. No. I almost saved it, kind of. I would have just died, but I almost extended our suffering for another couple seconds. I mean, I should probably have proper equipment on, but I want to get stuff in this. RNG hated me in that round. I may as well keep using stingrays. I'll just be our resident Rayer. Just be the resident Ray. Just a bad Star Wars character. I apologize for anyone who actually likes Rey. I know nothing about her. Other than most people seem to call her a bad character. Yeah, I'll go heavy splatling. And no, I'll go Jet Squelcher. I'll squelch. Because this thing can work in medium to short range. Just not great. The heavy can too, but the heavy takes a second. I mean, I don't think going all Hydras would be a very good idea. Lots of power, but in very short bursts. See how badly this goes. I don't think run speed is particularly going to help the Jet Squelcher any. But I want this equipment to get slots. I know I could just fill in slots with my freaking quick respawn I have everywhere. Oh jeez, this is not exactly where I wanted to be. Why did I come here? Ow. That almost worked. I also keep forgetting I can just, you know, burst up hills and stuff. I will seabag that person, but only if I actually manage to kill them with a stingray. Ow. The ink armor, it does nothing! Not against an L3 anyway. Ow. I am doing so horribly. Case in point. Jeez. I don't think I did anything productive that entire match. I splatted one person apparently, or at least got one assist. Hello, crazy cool kid. Are you really that crazy, though? Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna give up on being a stingray. Hydra's free, Rand. Yes, Justin, chase the hit sound. Or kill sound. Let it fuel you. Hello, Sophia. This looks like Japan o'clock. Again. At least it's not an ooh-wooing Japan o'clock, because that's mixing two things together, and it was clearly too much for us to handle. Oh jeez, that's a Clash Blaster. I mean, assumably you would feed on cherries. Ow. They're point censored for you, Rand. If you're still there. I don't do random room resets. We've got a full squad of 4 at the moment, so if someone leaves, there'll be room. But... otherwise, it would just be rude to the people who are here. Ow. That's fine. That is a word that you can see in children's cartoons. So, I mean, you don't see it often, but you can see it in children's cartoons. Jeez, my point sensor game is off. Hello, Reaper Jelly, I believe that would be. I just call you Jelly. Yeah, it's cool. No need to apologize. I'm rather relaxed with my rules, even though I do have them. It's like, yeah, I do have rules, but unless someone's being, like, a real pain, I generally won't enforce them. I hate Clash Blasters. Which basically means if you guys decide to start, you know, abusing the fact that I'm kind of relaxed on my rules. You can watch it online. That's what I did. Robotic and I actually watched it today. Ow. Watch Cartoons Online has it. I didn't say that, though. You didn't hear that from me. Can't prove anything! Ow. Even though I did end up watching like half of it live. Because I thought Robotic was also watching it live. And she wasn't. So when I found that out, I just stopped, so I didn't see any more than what I did. Ow. I should have moved a bit more. They have beacons. Who has beacons? A sniper. Ow. Yeah, that's the end. Yep. Hello, average person. I think we were all just lagging a bit, because that did appear to be a Japanese team. It's a 50-50 shot. We were connecting to Japan rather than them connecting to North America. So... I really shouldn't be using this, though. I should really just give in, put my normal gear on. I'm gonna do that. Oh no. We don't need more than one clash. Oh no. I'm staying with my undercover. I will attempt to be a shield. Yeah, apologize for slurping my drink. Cursed shaky hands. Alright, Rand. So, sounds like a spot's about to open up, Sophia. Oh yeah, average person. Did anything ever happen to those hackers? For those who don't know, we encountered hackers yesterday in TF2. Fair enough. I was hoping they might have eventually got kicked if you had stuck around. Ah, jeez. Darn Octobrush. Oh, I should've just stuck around then. Basically, we encountered hackers. It was basically a heavy medic combo. Medic was insta-gaining crits. And the heavy was, well, doing what heavies do when they get crits, also aimbotting. Which was kind of disheartening. Especially being stuck on their team. Ow. It does, but I legitimately watched his crits go from 0 to 100. Just instantly. One of the times the medic just disconnected and reconnected, that just happened. He came back and had his crits. Like, he left the match, came back, and had crits. Just immediately. He hadn't charged it before. That was my moment of, okay, I'm definitely not helping these people anymore. It's like, I was still playing the game, because it's what I'm there to do, is play the game. Ow. I've heard of them being able to do that before, but I'd never seen it myself. Ow. Ow. I swear I'm good at this game, guys. I'm also still just kind of annoyed that vote kicking didn't work. Like, I didn't even remember how to do it, but once I got pointed in the right direction. Though it is still kind of funny how they tried to have me vote kicked. It's like, what? This person's trying to have us vote kicked? Well, let's kick them instead. I just gave up after a bit because it wasn't working, so clearly the rest of the team wanted them to still be there, so... But they also wanted me to still be there. Even though all I was doing was standing outside of enemy spawn going, good job! Until I'd be shot. GG's all around. First win of the night. After half an hour. I think I might just stick with this setup. See, it was working. Yeah, I still tend to try to kick if I end up on their team. Like, I don't mind hackers in TF2 if I'm on the other team, because they get so deliciously salty when you start beating them. Oh, going Luna Blaster. The cursed gun that's still pretty good in the first Splatoon, but's kind of garbage in this one. It was the bane of every short-range main in the first game. And in this one, it's, you know, it's not bad, I guess. Yeah, I thought I had the majority when vote kicking. Because, as far as I could tell, it was just the two of them. And there were 6 people on the team. So... 2 out of 6, that's a minority. But, you know. I was a Forged Splattershot Pro main. Also heavy Splatling Remix main. And oh, hey, it's Japan O'Clock! Let's get wrecked, boyos. I say boyos. It's not entirely boyos anymore. It might not have been in the first place. I don't know. My tower! Away with you! Is he seriously that gung-ho on killing me? Jeez. That's how you know you've annoyed somebody. It's like, I'm gonna throw my special at you, and you specifically. Ow. I love how survivable this thing is. Ow. Oh, they have 2 Tetras. Okay, I didn't even notice that. I was like, wait, but I just killed you! No, I killed the other Tetra. BS weapon that it is. I hate that thing. It's very just difficult to fight. Hey, guess what? Ow. Hello, Beast Mode. This is League. We got a quad squad going. I do have Smash Ultimate, but I do not have good working Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller. So I can't exactly play it, because my control sticks on my Joy-Cons suck, and I don't have Mario Maker 2. I might get Mario Maker 2 if I get the money. I have other games I want more, though. Because I have Super Mario Bros. X, which is like Mario Maker 2, but with more options, and it's just a better game. Ow. Point of homework? Your teacher is trying to get you to do work that they should have just got you to do in class, but they were incapable of teaching you properly. That will forever be my opinion when it comes to homework. It is literally pointless. It's just something bad teachers use to eat up your personal time. No. I mean, I can go a set of dualies. Yeah, run speed helps dualies. Yeah, I can go dualies. There he is. There they are. Wait. The other kit's probably better for this. Yeah. Default kit's probably going to be better for this. Yeah, in coverage does matter. That's why I tend to focus more on turfing the ground than actively fighting people, unless there's more than one person nearby. Well, I mean, homework doesn't exactly do that, given homework is never enough of your mark to matter. Like, if homework accounted for more than, like, 10 to 15% of your overall grade, it would just become ludicrous. But, like, it usually doesn't even matter for that much in the end. Yeah, swim speed is more useful, but I rarely ever swim with dualies, so I tend to run speed. It helps a bit, kind of. It tries. Well, that's an enemy team. You should, average person. my Octobrush. Thing is, at least in my school, homework was rarely ever actually, like, assignments. Unless it was legitimately a project being sent home. And even in those cases, I still rarely ever did it. Because why would I bother? I was not a great student. And I want to be a teacher! Ow. Yeah, like, just worksheets should just be done in class. And if the teacher doesn't know, like, finds there isn't time to do it that class, do it next class. And then try and manage time better the next day so you can actually get through things. Like, you've got half a year. Use it. Thing is, I like teaching, I like learning, but I hated being in school. So my thought is, if I can take what I didn't like about school into being a teacher, I could potentially make a better experience for students. I will not brush. I will not brush control. Ow. Huh. Hello, Ryan. Is the stream really dying? Ow. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just YouTube dying. Yeah, apologize for slurping my drink. Again. Well, to be fair, life does suck. It's also awesome. It does both simultaneously. I'm gonna regret this. Why not? Why not more damage? Just all the damage. All the damage. I'm not a fan of fizzy bombs, and I hate ink armor, but you know. In Sevilla, I can honestly say myself... Oh, wait, we've run into these guys before. And lost connection. I can say for myself, why am I alive? To spite death. And for the good parts of life. I mean, we had a full lobby of 4, so I mean, let's just hope the G-Ready gets back. There he is. Also, hello AI. Oh geez, so many. So many Googler. We're just gonna spread googly eyes all over the place. I legit at one point sat and just, in the first Splatoon, like, I sat with an ink brush and painstakingly drew on a wall a smiley face. That took so many resets in the training room. But it did it. Took forever. Yeah, I'll probably be back streaming TF2 tomorrow. I'm gonna just kind of alternate between the two for a bit. Whenever I'm doing, like, a team-based shooter. I'll also be mixing in other games, too, because that's what I do. It was very difficult. The floor was painted various colors as well. Not various colors, but very painted. TF2 is Team Fortress 2. It is a game made by Valve. It's a team-based shooter, a lot like Splatoon. Only a lot more violent. And rated T. Still really fun, though. It's on PC. It's loads of fun. I quite enjoy it anyway. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it is the game I was playing last night. That is TF2. Ow. I'm probably gonna go back to my undercover next round. Ow. Yeah, the Huntsman is just kind of broken. And from a programming standpoint, I can easily see, like, why it's like that. But, like, I think I prefer having the scope because I snipe better when I have a scope. I mean, I snipe terribly even with the scope, but I'm slightly better with it. I think it's because I tunnel vision when I have a scope. I mean, we had a disconnect, and it's not exactly like our team composition was all that great, so... My hands are just way too shaky for Splatoon sniping. Let's see if we can get another fourth. Or if G-Ready comes back. But they might have a timer now. I mean, that might also be part of it, is just where my hands are so shaky. Like, the no-scope makes my shaky hands worse, in a way, because there's more screen for my cursor to be moving over, if that makes any sense. Once upon a day, I was pretty good at sniping in TF2. And most other games. I seem to do better the more realistic the sniping is. Like, Ravenfield with its bullet drop, I can take the sniper and nail an NPC in the head from across most of the maps. I've not played a Sniper Elite game, but I imagine I'd do probably pretty well at those, too. And I know I'd probably do pretty good at sniping in Splatoon if I could use a mouse. I might actually do good if I used just sticks as well. I don't know. Because that would eliminate my shaky hand, but then I'm stuck with sticks. And my sticks don't work that well, so... You know, PlanetSide 2 I'd snipe a fair bit as well. I should poke that game again. I stopped playing PlanetSide 2 when they removed the ability to back cap, because that for those who don't know what PlanetSide 2 is, which I imagine might be most of you, it's a team-based shooter where when you start the game you pick one of 3 teams. And that is the team your character is on for life. It is that team now. And I ended up picking the team that had the lowest population, not knowing that. So, yeah. I would backcap areas of the map instead of actually trying to help my team. And I'd do it as a sniper so I could watch the road and snipe people as they were coming back to take their point back. So which do I prefer? Sploosh-o-matic vanilla or junior vanilla? I remember the junior vanilla. What's the sploosh vanilla? Junior vanilla. It has more of a purpose still. So I don't think we're gonna get a fourth. I'll give it about another minute, just to see. And if we don't, I'll just pop into some turf. I don't know if I said this already, but... Alright, AI, have fun with your Tetris. The Sploosh 7 is just better. It's just better. We lost a lot. That's about all you've missed, Rant. Between the Custom Junior and Sploosh 7, I think I'd prefer the Custom Junior. Okay, I'm gonna back out. Just do some turf. Alright, Justin. That's fine. Sounds like you need to play it more. There, average person. I mean, I know that the 7 is really good, but I honestly prefer the Custom Junior just because it does what I feel a Junior should do more than the Sploosh 7 does at what I feel a Sploosh should do. Though, I will admit, the Sploosh 7 does feel like the better Sploosh compared to, you know, the default. And that person just disconnected. I spooked them too much. Ow. Honestly, I'm still in the camp of I don't see how the Stingray was ever broken. I kinda wish there was a way of going back through versions of Splatoon so I could see it at its peak. And play against it at its peak, against someone who knows how to use it. Because, like, I've never seen it as that much of a problem. Oh, excuse me. Like, I'll give, like, tower control, it can deny access to the tower, which is pretty neat. But, like, I don't see how it would have been that useful for, like, clamblets. Like, you've just shut one of your players out of doing much of anything to corral the enemies in a direction, assuming they're all even in one place. Like, from how people go on, it must have been powerful, but I've never really had much of a problem with it. Also, hello, Devin. I forgot to say that earlier. Ow. I mean, like, as I said, the thing must have been good. Also, I can go back to my other equipment now. I should go back to my other equipment now. Also, it just occurred to me, is the friend code actually on the screen? So I think I was changing things about this. I should check. No, it's not. Am I on the wrong thing? I am on the wrong thing. There we go. That's what I get for having two versions of the Elgato. I was on Elgato console instead of my Splatoon 2 tab. All because I was mostly just too lazy to change for when I'm just doing random console stuff and when I'm playing like Splatoon. So my friend code actually matters. Yeah, Huntsman is like the ultimate aimbot killer. Because it makes them rage so much, because it's like you're doing something wrong because you're using the Huntsman. It's like you're the bad guy now. It's brilliant. It's also incredibly hilarious. It's like, oh man, what's that? You're using the kind of broken Huntsman to fight the aimbotter? Well, that's no good. Why would you ever do that? Ow. I should not have moved. Ow. Yeah, I was just looking down and I was like at the preview when I mentioned, you know, asked if there was the friend code actually on screen. I was looking at the preview and I did not see the white text. So I'm just like, wait, am I on the wrong thing? That was close. So I will note, there's one thing I will never, like, understand in TF2, and that's why anyone would use the, not Sydney Sleeper. The sniper that can't headshot. I don't know why I can't think of its name right now. That was Xeno Tracker. Like, the whole idea of sniping is to headshot people, and to have a sniper that all it does is body shot. Oh yeah, that is the Sydney Sleeper. I thought that was the silenced one. There's so many sniper rifles. I know whatever it is, I got one of them at the end of the stream last night. I will get to that friend request after this match. I mean, it would be nice if it got a new console port, one that was actually kept updated. And the Machina can headshot. Machina was really broken for a while. Even though it could only fire when scoped, but that didn't matter. That's what the sniper's alternate weapons are for, is when you need to fight when you know, can't afford to scope. Like, if they could give TF2 a console port that could stay updated, that would be nice. But that's gonna take a lot of work. I'll get to that friend request after this match too. I get it. People want me dead. Jeez. I'll take the hint. Yeah, jeez. Ow. That one wasn't even aimed at me, I don't think. So hello, Darrod. Thing is, TF2 may not get big updates, but I'm willing to bet it still gets the occasional update. What I more mean of like a port of TF2 that could stay updated is like look at the old like orange box PS3 version of TF2. That one was running so many versions behind. And they just were not updating it because Sony wasn't letting them. Alright, Rand, have a good night. So, like, if they were to release, like, a modern port for TF2, I really hope that they keep it actually updated. So that, you know, people can crossplay with PC. Yeah, they'll suck, but hey, that's what casual's for. And even then, they might not. They just need to give, like, if it is on, like, PS4, just give access to mouse and keyboard. That is a thing they could do. Ow. I know they did that for Dust 514 on the PS3. You could play it with mouse and keyboard. And if you did not have a mouse and keyboard you could plug into your PS3, you were at such a big disadvantage. Now I'm gonna back out, get the strand requests. The thing that made, like, Dust kind of a weird exception, and why it having mouse and keyboard puts people at such a big disadvantage, aside from, well, it's mouse and keyboard, they can aim better, is in Dust, say you had your assault rifle. If it was anything other than the base civilian-grade assault rifle, and you died, you lost it for good. It's gone. Like, I actually really liked that about Dust. Like, it made using better gear actually something you needed to think about. Like, do you want to risk your really expensive officer-grade equipment? Or do you want to just use your free civilian stuff? In some people's cases, do I want to use this limited edition piece of gear that there's only 50 of, but it is absolutely the best weapon in the game, but there's only ever 50 of them, and once they're gone, they're gone. No one has them anymore. Ow. I sniped a lot in Dust. Oh, jeez. I mean, the quote to Mayan Zap would be careful not to shoot yourself in the eye with this. You know. In TF2, I'm medic. I used to be super good at medic, and I'm so rusty now. Makes me a little sad. That's why I'm gonna start streaming TF2 more. So I can actually get good at medic again. I mean, I didn't see anything particularly bad other than running into hackers. Yeah, and I bet it was quite the experience having a medic shoved up your butt there, Average. Well, I'm not lying, and I don't even know who that is, so... I tend to not ingest much TF2 content. Like, I watched Musalk back in the day when he primarily did TF2 content. But, like, that was about it. Medic can be fun even if your team is crap. Because all you need to do is either find one good player, like I did yesterday, or find the noobiest of noob pyros that have no fear, and just shove your metagun so far up their butt. I also miss Musalk's old content. It was fun. I also miss Star. Star was also fun. And Jerma. Jerma might still do TF2 content, I just haven't watched him in a while. I should poke his channel, see what he's been up to. It's like the one thing though, like all of the old, like all of the old TF2 YouTubers that I watched, all of them except Jerma were a soldier main. Because like Musalk was soldier main, Star was soldier main. I forget what Jerma mained. Ow. Which pyro thing, AI? The one about finding the noobiest of noob pyros and shoving your metagun up his butt? I don't know who that is. I basically, if they're a TF2 YouTuber, I basically just named off all of the ones I've ever watched. So, that being Germa, Muzalk, and Star. I don't even know how I found Star and Muzalk's channels. I know how I found Germa, it was through Star, but... And that is how you defeat Bubbles. No, no I don't. Yes, yes I do. I am colorblind. This is somehow working. Like, I've never really been one for using the end zap. Like, in the first game, I tried to use it, but it was a case of like, well, I could just use the splatter shot, and it seems to work better. Even in this game, it's like, well, I could use it, but I could also just use the splatter shot. But the splatter shot can't do this weird, just all the turf kind of setup. Ow. I don't know when mine ends, but it's set up to auto-renew, so... Mine ends a week after it started. Whatever day that'll be. Right there, you see why I have created Brave Newbies. For I am a nublet, and I have no fear. Ow. Even though I did steal the name of Brave Newbies. It's Neve Online Alliance. I stole their name, because it's a very fitting name. Ow. I still actively play Eve. I'm actually the CEO of a corp. I should probably log on at some point tonight, because I haven't been on for a couple days. I'm the CEO of a corp I never wanted to be CEO of, but when the last CEO stepped down, everyone else took a step back, so I was just elected by default. I'm basically a mission pilot. Though I do everything. You can actually play rather nicely as an alpha account these days. You don't have access to things like mining barges or most, well, Tech 2 ships in general. But you can fly up to battleships. And yeah, I'm just getting bomb defense out the wazoo in that hat. Though, alpha accounts can no longer run level 4 missions because people were botting so much. I'm just using this gear because I was trying to find a different outfit that didn't look garbage. Not that my other outfit looks garbage, it's just I'm terrible at fashion. So I was trying to make an outfit that looked cute, and I saw this hat, and I'm like, yeah, that's a cute hat. But now what? And I found the whale sweater, and it's like, well, that matches the hat, kind of. And then I needed some ink resist, because I cannot exist without ink resist. I need it. Honestly, if there's any game that I'm not a fan of where it is currently, it is EVE Online. Purely because of just how broken everything has become in the past couple years. Like, it used to very much be a game where, like, almost every region of space was pretty equal. And now, it's just a nullsec circle jerk going on, and there's really no reason to live anywhere that isn't nullsec. Yeah, the new Animal Crossing is looking kinda cool. I honestly wish it was coming out this year. If you do try, the Order of Vision will gladly take you under our wing. Ignore how the name is misspelt. The original CEO was kind of an idiot, from what I understand. I mean, I'm kind of an idiot, but I can at least spell vision. He apparently couldn't. I've legit been kind of waiting for the new Animal Crossing to come out so I can do a video series on it. I love Animal Crossing. I actually did a series on both Wild World and City Folk. Wish I could do one on New Leaf, but that ain't gonna happen. Because I don't have the money to get a capture device for, well, a 3DS with capture capabilities. I might honestly have two saves of it going. Like, a streamed Switch Animal Crossing and a recorded one. Because, I mean, it's just always nice to have multiple towns when it comes to Animal Crossing anyway. New Leaf is awesome. It is also my favorite. If my 3DS broke, I wouldn't be able to play it. At all, because, you know... Even though I have access to more 3DSs, I don't have more than one. I have access to more. I My copy of it's downloaded, so it's linked to my account. Alright, Sophia. Yeah, the one warning I will give AI, if you do try EVE Online, it is very overwhelming at first. Because there is... It's a sandbox, and there's so much you can do, but you really can't do any of it, but there's also a lot of stuff to learn, and yeah. Yeah, I keep forgetting what it's called, too. Yeah, being New Horizons is probably why. Because there's an Uncharted Waters game called New Horizons, and anytime I think of New Horizons, I think of the Uncharted Waters game. Yeah, there tends to be a lot of turf war going on, so it might not happen the easiest. Ow. Well, then EVE might very well be for you. As long as you don't mind that sandbox being basically open PvP. Yeah, EVE Online has safe zones, but they're not exactly safe. The in-game police, Concord, exist to punish, not prevent. So say in high-sec, high-security space, anyone that attacks you will be punished by Concord, as in they will lose their ship. But they can still shoot you, they can still kill you. I mean, we could probably do Salmon Run. There is a lot of us. So people would undoubtedly get left out, but if everyone's up for it, we could try. I mean, we already have 2 votes for it, so it would have to be at least 3 votes against, and I don't think there's that many people. I'm sad I've yet to break my record. Though it's gonna be a hard record to break. 1,600 points of turfing is a lot of turf. But yeah, I'll head out and open up a Salmon Run lobby. Because they'd rather make it an Epic Game Store exclusive. I'm willing to bet it's probably on the other consoles too, but I am legit refusing to get Borderlands 3. If it gets cracked, I might, I might torrent it, but I'm not buying it. Yeah, that can happen, Average. That, in general, means that, you had a tie, and the game flipped a coin. Doesn't happen very often. Why? Because I've seen how greedy Gearbox is. CR now. Apples. Time for me to fail miserably. Fair enough, Sphere. I mean, I'm mostly just going off of what Borderlands 3 was. That game was just a DLC mess, with a few $100 of DLC, on top of it being a $60 game. Like, that was just too much for me. No, I can't deal with that. I have always disliked DLC. You might be wondering, why do you have the Octo expansion then? Because it actually added tangible content. We have 2. The Borderlands 2. Though I don't doubt that 3 will also have hundreds of dollars worth of DLC. Oh, jeez. I honestly didn't have the most fun with Borderlands 2 until I started playing a Siren. Because I didn't have the DLC classes. And of the base classes, they're just not fun. At least not as fun as the classes from the first game. Then again, I don't think anything will be quite as fun as punching things as Brick. And having your fists be a better weapon than any weapon. Like, I had tried Borderlands 2 as a Gunzerker and hated it. The early game is just painful, to put it lightly, because you're always running out of ammo. Because, well, you're consuming ammo for 2 guns at once, when you could get the job done just as efficiently with just using 1 gun, so you may as well not even have a special. Because you can actually aim that 1 gun. Then I tried Zero, the sniper. And that was okay, but his special was pretty much garbage. It's 1 shot if you're not playing a melee build. 1 shot of increased damage. That's just boring. I never bothered with the soldier. I even forget his name. That should tell you how little I cared about him. And then that eventually led me to trying the Siren, and her special was impactful and powerful. Like, even from the start, she could do things. She could do things that no one else could do. And then I saw the DLC characters going, and the Necromancer just seems broken. Fully broken. And I've yet to see a good Psycho. I even tried the Psycho myself, because one of my friends bought it for me, and I just did not like him. He does not compare to Brick at all. He's trying to be Brick, but he's not Brick. Oh, jeez. Like, honestly, of all the released Borderlands games, the pre-sequel has been my favorite. Alright, Xeno. We have one space open if anyone wishes to join in. I'll give it about a minute, see if anyone wants to join. I mean, I'll give the Psychos unique. Kind of. I mean, he just feels like a worse Brick. At least to me. Like, his special is pure melee. So, that's Brick right there. But he only gets health when he kills things. Brick got health all the time. Which made him so much better to just charging down a group of enemies. I get the Psycho can keep fighting even when he's downed much more efficiently than anyone else. But Brick never went down. I mean, Zero was boring. I have like a level 36-ish Zero. Something like that. I mean, I played him a bit. But I can honestly say I wasn't the biggest fan of him. Because all it is snipe this guy, snipe that guy. Hey, there's another guy, well, I'll just pop him in the head. There's no like, oh hey, I'm gonna use my special here and, you know, kill this entire group. It's not, I'm gonna use my special, kill a single guy, and then wait for my special to come back. Or just keep killing. The weapons for Salmon are Umbrella, Dapples, Standard Dualies, and Hydra. My main in Smash is Sheik. And has been Sheik for a very long time. Which is partially why my Joy-Con's not working right, is such a big detriment to Like, it's a big roadblock to me actually playing. Because Sheik is very much the type of character that doesn't want to ever stop moving and jumping and needs recovery moves because she's so light. Like, I legitimately used to main Zelda just so I could play as Sheik. Before Sheik was her own separate character. Oh boy, it's going dark again. Oh boy! Driller's after me. I'm gonna die. Hold up. I need to find a decent wall. Actually, this looks like a pretty decent wall right here. Yeah, this is a pretty decent spot. Kind of. This map doesn't really have a great wall near the basket. Well, Darn it! You're just on a loop now. Ow. I mean, yeah, Sheik doesn't deal much damage. I just like Sheik. I also just don't do much in the way of competitive Smash. I'm not a big fighting game player, so it's like, it's okay, Sophia. I mean, everyone's pay got cut. You can just get it back. All we have to do is win 2 matches and you've got it back. Like, I wouldn't mind playing fighting games more competitively if the communities were better. Like, they're just garbage. And if there was some sort of reliable matchmaking that can't just be abused by losing a bunch of matches to get put down. Because, well, let's face it, I don't have, well, I technically do have all the time in the world to just sit and play Smash 24/7. But I really don't want to put in, you know, endless amounts of time just to compete. That just doesn't sound fun to me. It doesn't help that lag is also very rampant in Smash when playing with randoms. 'Cause I tried playing with randoms a couple times and just gave up. I just deemed it not even worth bothering with. Especially because whoever is the cause of the lag has such a significant advantage. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I myself honestly would rather just play Splatoon as well. Like, I'll admit, Splatoon isn't the most balanced game either, but at least lag matters less. Oh jeez, out of ink, out of ink, out of ink. Alright, Justin. Oh, it's low tide. And yeah, I can understand that beast mode. I hit a long time ago the point of it's not worth it to try to be, like, professional level at anything. But that comes from the amount of time I put into trying to be a professional level StarCraft player. To get to Masters and realize that, yeah, I've gotten there, but I'm not good enough to be there. Oh, I'm dead. Eh, it's fine. I don't mind. You want to join in? Join in. It's really not that hard to recover your score in Salmon. Just takes one good rotation. Ow. Alright, Justin. I'm gonna back out the friend request. And I'm actually going to, after accepting it, take a quick break as I go to the washroom. Oop, why am I on user settings? Oh, because my Switch is doing this again. You done Switch? No, no, no. No, bad Switch. Yeah, I mean, I myself would honestly kind of love to be part of one of the big tournaments. But I don't have a passport, and they don't tend to happen in Canada. I also don't have money for traveling, so... Yeah, I'm gonna quickly be right back. Yeah, have a good night, Justin. Be back in like... I am back. Yes, I live in Canada. Atlantic Canada. Nova Scotia, to be specific. It's not that cold here, once you get used to it. Hope I haven't missed any friend requests. Maps and modes have been updated. Let's try this again. I live in the part of Canada that the rest of Canada has kind of forgotten about. There's always another day. Or possibly even just later today. Well, tonight. I'm still a little iffy on Ruins of Arc Polaris. Like, the grind rails were a neat idea, but I'm not sure I'm terribly sold on them. I'm just waiting for people. Well then. I will never understand parents doing that. Like, at all. Like, my girlfriend's parents do that too, or at least did that. They appear to have stopped for now. But, like, it's just pointless. Like, yes, let's cut off our child's only real contact to the outside world. And undoubtedly their contact to their friends, and, you know, whatnot. Alright, Sophia. Still, though, I don't understand that, because, well... It might just be me. Now, I know I wasn't much like this, but everybody I knew studied better and focused better when they talked with their friends while studying or doing homework and such. Oh god, your parents might just be my girlfriend's parents, jeez. They are her parents are very technophobic. Like, very extremely technophobic. Like, she excitedly showed her mother, an AI, and her mother's basically first response was, well, they better get rid of that. It's like, but why? Why would they get rid of an AI? Oh, because we have 4. Remember, it's ZR this time. Alright, beast mode. Thing, and my girlfriend's parents also just don't see the value of, you know, friends in general, so, you know. Hey, well, what's that? You've made friends don't care. Well, it's safe to say we've already won this one, I think. Yeah, I think. Like, we might need one more egg. Yeah, we... And now we legitimately don't need to shoot another geyser. We just win. Though they can be good point farming. Well, I know basically where he is. Not that it matters. Welcome back, beast mode. Oh hey, this is the first round it's giving me the Hydra. And it's going dark. I also like the Hydra. I'm not very good with it, but I like it. Ow. Hail Hydra. One of the most controversial moments in comic history was Cap going Hail Hydra. Oh, jeez. I did not see that griller coming from behind me. Griller waves are awful on high tide. It is a lot turf coverage. Even more so on, like, high tide, but it's also a lot harder to manage turf on high tide. See how will I do with this. Oh, it's high tide again. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I mean, it's generally a good thing to have somebody that's basically dedicated to just putting eggs in the basket. Nemesis. I will die to ensure stingers also go down. Nice. I have much actual pure gear. And a lot of the stuff I do have that's pure is like pure garbage. Like 3 bomb resist. Which on paper sounds great, but in practice is not very good. I tend to almost always just play Salmon Run during full random rotations, because those are fun. You lose a lot, but, you know. Low tide. Choose what direction? That direction. Yep, there are English words around. Nemesis. Oh geez, there's two of them. I mean, in the next game, there's a good chance Grisco weapons will still be a thing, if Salmon Run is still a thing. That's gonna be the big part of it. Like, Salmon Run has to still exist. That it is, Sophia. I legit have a hard time eating KFC. All because it was basically my old man's tradition every year to have KFC on Christmas. He would buy the KFC a day in advance. Which, as you might imagine, leads to it being, not so fresh. And, like, you could reheat it and it would generally be pretty fine. But even still, I don't think it's particularly a coincidence that I would always be sick on Christmas. Always. I mean, I mostly say in case they don't bring it back, because even though it was a hit, this is still Nintendo. So... I honestly don't think chaos is going to lead to things actually, like, being destroyed or burning. I think it's legitimately just gonna lead to, like, Pearl getting hypno-shaded. Like, just basically becoming Callie. Order could have led to something cool. Chaos is what we've already had twice now. Can't get much more chaotic than the city's main power source being stolen. Yeah, I mean, it took Nintendo how long to bring back a story mode into Smash after it was the most popular thing about Brawl? Nintendo basically gave Game Freak the go-ahead to remove so much content that people loved from Pokemon. So, like, how I imagine... And yeah, like, Pearl's version of Chaos isn't really, like, chaotic chaos. But how I imagine the next Splatoon game's story is gonna go is basically Octavio is going to suggest to, Pearl in some way or another that he can help her achieve the chaos that she wants. And this will lead to Octavio stealing the Zapfish again, kidnapping Captain Cuttlefish again, and just in general retelling the first two games' stories again. Which is why I really wish Order would have won. Because, once again, like, if everyone's theories about that would have been right, that, like, it would have led to, like, mind-controlled, you know, cities. Well, there you go. There's already a more interesting plot point than Octavio steals the Zapfish again. Because, lol, why not? Why wouldn't Octavio come back after the Octo expansion? He wasn't even involved with it. He's had, in theory, the entire Octo expansion to be preparing for his next, you know, bit of shenanigans. So, he's coming back. He will be the bad guy again. There's almost no way around that one. Because it's kind of another case of, let's face it, Nintendo's never been that great at storytelling. Even with Splatoon, like, the storytelling has not exactly been the best. They've tried, don't get me wrong, they've tried big time. But it's not, like, super good storytelling. Not that I could probably do much better, but... Ow. Because that bauble that he was in was clearly not the best at actually keeping him inside of it. Like, in the first game, he could just basically leave it at will. There was nothing particularly keeping him in there. He knew how to get in because, well, he was put into it. So... he'd get out at any time you wanted to fight him again. And he'd kidnap Cuttlefish again. Every time. I don't think Tartar will be back. He's pretty definitively dead. He got booyah'd into next week. Like... Oh, someone dropped. Okay. Yeah, Octo Expansion was pretty good. But when you break it down to, like, story to gameplay, it was, not exactly the, most story. Like, they definitely spread it thin, is what I'm trying to say. I shouldn't be on turret duty. I have dualies. I can get around the easiest. Wherever the Hydra is should probably be turret duty. Our only real goal at this point is just to keep surviving. Darn it. Yes, buffs and nerfs apply to the weapons in general. We made more progress so far than I thought we'd make. Oh great, Hydra again. At least we have both sets of dualies. Was this low tide? No, this was high tide. Okay. Not high tide, mid tide. This way, Command is your best friend. Well, connection's unstable. Is this still going, though? I think it is. We've just lost another. Who's left with me? It's just us against the world. It's TF2 all over again. All we have to do is survive for 20 seconds. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to usually spend that much time to charge. Okay, what do we got? Brella Dapples. We stand a chance. We just need to get 5 eggs and then survive. I apologize if I don't talk too much. I'm focusing. Okay, that thing needs to die. Where is it? Over there. Oh boy, there's 2 of them. Okay. I'm just surviving. Oh no. Yes! Oh, jeez. Oh. Yes, inkjet can destroy the flyfish. You need to land direct hits, but you need to do it. Like, you can do it, I should say, not need to do it. Oh, gee. The adrenaline. Yeah, that was a lot of stingers. My arms are tingly from adrenaline. Oh, jeez. I think that's the one time I am glad I had inkjet. Normally I like having splashdown, but that inkjet I think is what made us win that. Oh. Alright, Sophia. I'm just sitting on this screen for a moment so the adrenaline in my system can work through it a little more. Oh, we started down a player, lost someone else, and still won that. I've drank probably about half a liter of water. Where'd my cover go? There it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, 3 stingers is, quite a thing to behold. Let's get some randoms. Sans would have used much more than 3 lasers. You know, might be controversial opinion. I kinda wish the genocide route in Undertale was actually unwinnable. Like that you literally could not beat Sans. Have that fight be the end. Because you shouldn't get the satisfaction of an ending for, you know, the genocide route. I haven't either, but I have watched Robotic play through the entire thing, so I kinda got the fresh experience through her, because it was her first playthrough as well. So it was just the two of us derping through it together. But she only did Pacifist, and I can't blame her. I don't think I'd be able to do Genocide either. I don't think I'd be able to bring myself to kill Papyrus. Like, I could maybe get through Toriel, but not Paps. He is too precious of a being. I think I'm lagging. Wouldn't be surprised. Well, actually, I kind of am surprised anytime I lag, but... I will not spoil anything. I do my best not to spoil anything for Undertale. Like, that isn't already just common knowledge amongst the internet. Like, you fight Sans. Like, well, you can fight Sans. Good. It's always best to go into games like Undertale with as little knowledge as possible. It makes the games more enjoyable. You probably also know Determination. Maybe. I don't know. Even if you don't, you are filled with it. I will just say the pacifist end is like one of the best endings I've seen in a game. I love it. Oh, hey, a Hydra. Oh, hey, low tide. What direction is that again? This way. I'm getting better at noticing the darker blue. Don't care. Killed the stinger. Those things just need to die the moment they appear, or else they will ruin runs. At least that's my opinion on it. Alright, Beast Mode, have a good night. Ow. Well, there's a wasted special. Ah, jeez. I am helpless without Inquisist. Oh wait, I have an egg. What am I doing? Stay alive, people! Yeah! Stingers become a problem when you don't see them. Give it a little bit, see if people want to join in. So I apparently still have 5 viewers, which is pretty neat. Push the wrong button. Really wish it would just stay one button to enter the match. Because, like, to find teammates is ZL. To start a match, if it's full 4, it's ZR. Yeah, stingers are just my arch nemesis in this mode. In regular, like, Turf War or Ranked, I don't mind stingrays. Those are easy enough to deal with, but that's because they don't usually come in groups of 3 to 4. And, well, players have much less health than bosses do. Yep. Hi, Tide. That would have killed. That was the dream. Also, average. If you, using dualies, if you dodge roll and then don't move, you'll get basically an increased damage, higher rate of fire, and more accurate way of firing until you start moving. So it can just kind of be a nice thing to do. To just dish out extra damage. When you can afford to do it, anyway. If you didn't already know that. It does also consume your ink faster, though. As you would expect, because you're firing faster. No Octo Turtle. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it did actually paint right. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Octoturtle? It's be night / technically morning. So it's nearly 2 a.m. Ow. Need one more egg. You. We almost had that. Yeah, it can happen. I probably shouldn't have gotten so in over my head on my own. I'll probably go another 2 matches and then probably end the stream off, because it is almost 2 a.m. And I still have some editing I need to do. And other things I need to do, but I don't remember what they are now. There's something else I wanted to do. Don't remember what it is anymore. But my memory tends to be pretty terrible. as I mentioned earlier, I will be doing TF2 again tomorrow, but I'll probably be back to Splatoon the day after tomorrow. I'll probably alternate them a bit. So I really want to get good at TF2 again. Like, I was never particularly great, but it just feels wrong, a medic main that can't top the team. Though it definitely seems like they've changed how assists work for medic, so might be part of the reason. So I remember once upon a day, if you were healing somebody and you went to heal someone else, if that first person still killed somebody, you would still get an assist, as long as no one else was also shooting at that target. Which, in my opinion, encouraged medics to actually spread heals, instead of just shoving themselves up the butt of like a heavy. Yeah. I had heard there was gonna be one, I just don't tend to pay attention to them. I'm broke. I don't tend to pay attention to any new game information, because I know I probably can't afford it. Which I know is probably decently sad, but at the same time, I've always been, like, my family's been broke my entire life, so it's just something I'm used to. When I was younger, I paid more attention to, like, new games coming out. Yeah, I mean, I might poke at it, because apparently there's going to be some news on the new Pokemon game. I'm hoping it'll be Nintendo going, yeah, we kind of screwed up, and we're adding a National Dex. And we're adding Megas back. And we're, you know, giving you things you like back. Or at the very least going, yeah, we'll be adding that stuff back with updates. Like, that would be totally fine if they just went like, yeah, we'll add that stuff back with updates. Just give us time to actually make all of the assets. Pokemon fans would be perfectly okay with that. But no. You gotta take away Megas, the National Dex, everything. Because, oh, we don't want to make all the models in 3D, but one day we will have all the models in 3D. Like, what? Why not just make them now? Instead of waiting? It doesn't make any sense. Ow. Oh, geez, I'm stuck. See a stinger there. There's no stinger. Okay, someone else got it. Ow. Yeah, like, there's so many people that just want to be sure they can bring their favorites with them. At least we retained our pay grade. Like, it may sound a bit dumb, but I honestly, like... I like having the terrible Pokemon. On my teams. Oh, have you set a friend request there, Octo? I should call you Turtle. I have someone else named Octo as well that watches. Unless you are that person and I'm just forgetting the name. It's very likely. It's very possible. But like my playthrough of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I basically used Smogon's tier chart, and I didn't use a single Pokemon that was higher than RU, which is rarely used, based on usage stats. And that was one of the most fun experiences I've had playing Pokemon, because I had to think so much more strategically. They'd still have to run it by Nintendo. Nintendo's their publisher. They can't... Nintendo does get a say in what happens. Which is why I say, in general, Nintendo. Like, I know it's mostly Game Freak's decision, and Game Freak are just being lazy. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, though, I can understand it, because they don't want to change up the starter formula too much. That's why they've always had garbage abilities, and are rarely competitively viable without Mega Evolution. So, rip Charizard is basically what I'm saying. I don't think Nintendo realizes how much Charizard needs his Mega to be useful. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Blastoise. It's probably my favorite Pokemon. But... so many people are coming in now. I'm feeling bad about going down this. I'll keep this going a little longer. May as well. I honestly don't know what starter I'm gonna pick. I'll honestly just pick it, shove it in a box. And just use everything that isn't it. I mean, that's what I did with Sun and Moon. I suppose I used an Incineroar on my original Sun and Moon playthrough. But past that, I just didn't bother with them. Like, they just weren't good enough for me to care. Like, their designs weren't anything I particularly cared for. I mean, I liked Litten. Litten was adorable. But, I mean, if I wanted to use a wrestler Pokemon, I would just use a Hawlucha. Ugh. Ow. Yeah, it was Ultra Moon I had my underachiever team on. Which did include a shiny, oh god, what was its name? Delme's, the Anchor. Because, my girlfriend had been breeding those, and she ended up getting a shiny, so she gave it to me. Because I kind of like the design of the Anchor. I just don't like how slow it is. Which is a thing that every Sun and Moon Pokemon has a problem with, is speed. They're all so slow. Like, if any of them had a base speed higher than, like, 50... They might actually have seen more competitive use. It's almost as if Game Freak designed them to be terrible. Like, none of them were particularly tanky either. So it's like, well, here's a lot of slow sweepers. Have fun. Like, what? I mean, I'll admit, I tend to look at Pokemon from a much more competitive standpoint than most, because I've played a lot of competitive Pokemon. I honestly feel like I should get back to doing... Oh, jeez, whoever's left alive, please survive. You can do this! Like, I feel like I should get back to doing Pokemon Showdown streams. Because I like trying to teach people competitive mindsets. And, like, movesets as well. That you did, Average. You are our savior. Now, I don't know if you sent a friend request yet, Octo. If you have, I'll back it and get to it, so if you want to join in, you can. If anyone wants to join in that aren't on my friends list, just send a friend request. If you already haven't. Well, haven't already. That's the proper sentence structure. But, like, I know when it comes to Pokemon, I'm not the best competitive battler, but I know enough to hold my own. And I definitely know team building. And I learned 90% of it from watching the YouTuber Hayden. So my team building is remarkably similar to his. Which usually involves taking one Pokemon I'm a big fan of and just rolling with it. Just building a team of Pokemon I want to use. Which has led to multiple times on my Showdown streams of people being like, you know, oh, you shouldn't have this move on this Pokemon because it's bad. Like, Tapu Fini. I gave Scald to. Instead of Surf. And someone came in and was, like, scolding me like that was the worst thing I could have ever done. Because, oh, Tapu Fini's ability, like, the terrain makes it so you can't use status ailments. Yeah, but it's 5 less power than Surf. And that terrain is not always gonna be there. Like... There are other terrain setters, and terrain only lasts so long, it's not permanent. And Scald is still the best water move. Oh, Left 4 Dead 2. Might just be me, but the AI feels like it's gotten dumber in that game. I went back playing it like 2-3 days ago, and I've never seen the AI get stuck on such simple things before. Francis was struggling to go down a ladder, and then Zoe was struggling to climb up a ladder. Like, I don't get it. Francis only made it down that ladder because a jockey rode him down it. Wish I could help you get the coat. Give it a few more seconds. I've not actually played Payday 2. I have the first game. Not even played much of it. Because when I bought it, my computer couldn't handle it, and now I'm just not that interested in it. Now that my computer could handle it, I'm not that interested in it. I don't think I've ever done that with any game. I've never been able to care that much about achievements. Like, I think the only game I might get all the achievements in is Thomas Was Alone, and that's only because the achievements are attached to the collectibles that show up in stages, along with just playing the game. So, like, this is probably the only one. So, Jesus, there are no solos searching for crews in whatever grade is the lowest grade among us? That's weird. It's like we get a match of 3. Because, yeah, it does this. This may end up being a loss. Well, we have both dualies in the Hydra, so there's that. Not played those games. Wait, I have. I played the second when I was younger. I think it was the second. Maybe the first. I don't know. I was never a big horror game guy. Like, not because horror spooked me. It's more because horror doesn't spook me. I mean, like, yeah, I'll get jumped by a jump scare. But it's not actually it's not scaring me, it's just catching me off guard. That's all jump scares do. They're just designed to catch you off guard so that, you know, oh, you feel like you were scared, but no. You weren't really. Same sort of thing as, like, if someone just walks up to you and goes, boo. It's like, you're not really scared, it's just you weren't expecting it, so it startled you. And there is a difference. Game developers don't seem to realize that, and they think jump scares are horror. I want some, like, Yume Nikki-esque horror in games. Just very psychological. Very psychological with an absolutely just depressing end. Like, Yume Nikki's this really nice psychological horror game that the ending of is the main character that you've played as this entire time throws herself off of an apartment complex. Like, that's the ending. Though even, like, Yume Nikki didn't even really spook me any. Had a friend at one point buy me Welcome to the Game. Which I wasn't spooked by, I just could not type fast enough to actually play the game. I'm such an old man when it comes to typing, like, I just can't do it at any good, like, speed. Hydra Brella Doolies, okay. You're a Moz? Where is it? There it is. Oh geez, you guys are both down. Eh. No. I was trying to throw a bomb to you both. At least I don't lose any pay grade. Though I think I will actually end things off here with this match. I know it's ending on a defeat, but it was a defeat that we were down a person. I just really need to get editing, and I'm probably only going to be up for another couple hours, so... I will grab my rewards. And as mentioned earlier, multiple times earlier, I will be doing Team Fortress 2 tomorrow. My computer will not like that, but oh well, it can suck it up. I'll take the chunk. I'll take the chunk. Well, cash. Main power-up or sub-power-up? Oh, jeez. Chunk. I like sub-power-up too much. But, yeah. It'll be TF2 tomorrow. Stream will be starting anywhere between 11 p.m. Atlantic time and midnight Atlantic time. That is my... Midnight Atlantic time is my normal stream starting time, but I've been trying to get it started around 11. Get an extra hour into the stream. But with all that said, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you here tomorrow for some Team Fortress 2. See you all then.